Hello guys and welcome to another episode of Cricket 19 Career Mode. This is the second game in a two-test series against Sri Lanka. If you haven't watched the previous two episodes, you won't know what happened in the first test. So if you don't want to know, go watch those videos. If you do want to know, we lost by 148 runs. The second inning, Sri Lanka, particularly Samuel Wickrama, who's their wicketkeeper, put on a double century and pretty much just spanked us. And we had no response in the second innings, batting last on a day 4 pitch in Sri Lanka with spinners. Yeah, we just didn't really stand too much of a chance. And so we did end up losing by 148 runs, so we definitely possibly could have lost by a lot more, so we did recover it quite well. And we chose to bowl. We won the toss and we chose to bowl, which interesting decision by Ollie Pope, who's now our captain. We have called again. This time we've lost the toss though. Ollie Pope hasn't won the toss, so I wonder whether they'll put us into bowl. What do they do? They are going to have a bat, so we are going to bowl again. It's probably what I would have done if I was Sri Lanka. And yeah, probably going to have another tough one on our hands. And I think we're going to have to do and play very well to salvage a draw from this game. So we're brought in a little later than we're normally brought in. We've been brought in the 21st over here, which you'd say is still pretty early for a spinner. But first chance to bat, bowl, against Mohammed. He's always kind of been out by the time we've got to the attack. But this time he's in and he's got himself a half century. So he's been doing well for himself. I don't think he did too well in the first test, in either innings actually. So he'll be looking to make a mark. Tiramane again didn't do too bad. But as with last time, I think that middle order of Tiramane, Krishnan, who I think's probably gone out, I think he's probably the wicket who's fallen, and Samuel Wickrama are the big problem for us, and we didn't deal with them very well, particularly in the second innings. And if we can roll them over, I think we can do well. If we can't, then we won't be facing another big score here from the Sri Lankans. We have taken a wicket though. I have realised. It looks like Tiramana's gone. And the man who made a double century in the last game, Samuel Wickrama. He's probably got my favourite name, you know. I like the name. I struggled to pronounce it at the beginning, but I think it's quite a cool name. He obviously got his double century in the last game as well, so he'll be feeling confident. Oh, did that catch? Did the wicketkeeper catch it? No, I think he dropped it. No need to challenge that. So we're going to continue plugging away here. Mohammed's moved to, what's he moved to, 61 I think? Yeah, so he's still scoring at a decent rate. Samuel Wickrama is just kind of getting going. He's almost kind of in first or second gear here.
Wait there. Wait.
And that time the stock delivery, but he read it. So Mohammed's looking, he's kind of reading us. He's reading the ball. He's reading the pitch. Everything seems to be working pretty well for him. So we got some drinks now. Well, we're definitely going to need them. I think we're going to be toiling away in the field for a little while longer now. So again, like last time, we failed to pick up those early wickets, and kind of that middle order looks to have struck again. Samuel Wickrama with another century. Mohammed this time as well, also able to go ahead and get a century. So that's it's good for him. We haven't been able to take any wickets. Townsend, who is a spinner in our team, Dawson as well. We have picked up most of the wickets. Cardenas has picked up a couple. But we're just going to try and see if we can bowl out the rest of the Sri Lankan team and then get ourselves a chance to bat. So unlike last time, our opening kind of couple of batsmen actually got us off to a pretty decent start. We find ourselves 160 for 3, and again at the crease with Dowd. So it looks like we've become best friends at the crease. We've spent quite a few hours at the crease together, forming a good partnership and friendship. And we find ourselves in a very similar situation that we found all this series, where we kind of just need to steady the ship, keep scoring obviously. But yeah, we just need to kind of steady the ship, keep the runs ticking over and chase down this score. And I think that is lunch on day 2, I think. Yeah, it is. I think it's day 2, yeah. So day 2 lunch. We're 160 for 3. Harry Finch getting 85. Ollie Pope getting out for 44. So Ollie Pope hasn't made too much of a impression on this series. I wonder whether his captaincy will be in doubt. But yeah, Dowd and myself at the crease, hoping to push on in this next session. Oh, no run in there. They've kind of got a similar field like they had last time, with kind of lots of players around on the ring. Well, I say that as they change the field, but that field kind of works pretty well with me, because I can't really get too many runs. But that one's hit beautifully, and I've pierced that gap there between mid-off and deep mid-wicket. And we pick up our first boundary of the innings quite innocuously. You know, I wasn't trying to hit a boundary there. I was trying to just hit a single. But they've gone to the field here again. This one that I think has caused me more problems. I just can't score as freely. I really don't... So this game, some of the chanting in this game is weird. I think I literally just heard Hokey Cokey. I don't know whether I'm like hearing things. But all I hear is, oh, the Hokey Cokey. I don't know whether you guys can hear it or not. I don't know whether it's come through on the audio. I'll try and kind of emphasize the audio if I can. But interesting chant at a cricket game away in Sri Lanka. England fans coming on tour. So we get back against Pereira here. I think we only managed to get yeah, just one run off his first over. And that ball was wide and outside the off stump and was just there to be smashed through the offside. And poor start to the over there. Just took my chance, backed myself, and just swung through the ball. I'd hate to be this fielder here short in on the offside. That must be a scary prospect. And back up the boundary with a solid defensive shot. You're not getting through this, Pereira. Not with balls like that. And it looks like last time we're just going to be having to face a load of spinners. We're not really going to get a chance against any seam. Have you ever seen a game dominated by spin as much as this one? I know the Sri Lankan pitches may favour spinners, but it's a bit crazy, no? It's kind of just... Yep. That one's gone high up in the air. Hopefully this will clear the fielder. I think it will. Oh, and it didn't. Wow. That was some great catching there by the fielder, because I thought I hit that one very nicely. And, yeah, we almost went a bit too hard too soon. And the fielder kind of ran back and was able to catch it over. He said, wow, what kind of a catch is that? He almost caught it on the floor, running backwards. So a great catch there by Sandakan. And we do fall for 21 this time. So again, not the best score. Can't say we've really impressed in this series so far. Not like we did in the New Zealand Test series. One thing I did forget to mention, actually, between these episodes was that obviously Mr. Manager got in touch based on our probably good performances and in Test level. And we've been called up to the T20 County Cup for Warwickshire. So we'll be playing in that tournament. Probably offline. I think T20s, the games finish quite quickly and there isn't actually that much action. We will be captain of that team. We also, on a more exciting note, got called up. Oh, and there's an edge. Oh, Samuel Kirana with the edge, but just falls short of the slips. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by that possible wicket, we were also called up to the... what am I saying? We were called up to the Test series against Pakistan. So I think we will be. I think they're coming to the UK. So it'll be a home Test series against Pakistan. I think it's a 3-game Test series. So please stay tuned. So if you're that good. Oh, did that get? No, that one went completely through him. And yeah, so we obviously got that Test series against Pakistan. Obviously, we've got a Test series against the West Indies as well. So it looks like we're really making ourselves at home here in the Test team for England. just whilst the game was loading there, I was having a look at Samuel Wikarana's stats. He's actually only played 5 test matches. So he's having an absolute barnstormer of a series here. Getting his test career off, similar to us. And yeah, he's played a mega innings every time he's been come out to bat. Obviously with a double century in the last game, another half century now. I think he got a century in the first innings. He looks like a real player to watch on the world stage. I wonder whether we'll get the chance to bat with him at any of the international tournaments we play. In the Pakistan Premier League maybe, or the Caribbean one, or maybe the Indian Premier League if we ever make it there. As Angelo Matthews picks the gap again there, past point. I think they'll just pick up a 2.
The right-handed batsman is coming in at number 5.
So before we come in, we're gonna have to look at this. If you can believe this, Samuel Wikarana, only his 5th or 6th Test match, made yet another double ton. This guy's incredible. I don't know what this guy's smoking, but he must be. I want some of that. He got another 219 of 261 deliveries. What a fantastic innings! You know what? This guy is a madness. He must be one of the best players in the world. That's incredible. We only pick up 1 wicket. And as we look at the match summary, we trail by 432 runs. Again, another ridiculous chase for us. And I think we've lost Ollie Pope early. We've lost Harry Finch early out for 2. We lost Keaton Jennings early as well. And as has been the case pretty much every innings, we're at the crease with Dowd having to do a ridiculous job. And I think our performances have suffered as a result of that. We haven't been able to go on and get the big score just because we haven't had that foundation that's been set for us by the openers. Just hasn't been there, and myself and Dowd are having to do kind of all the hard work. And yeah, it's just, I think it's affected our ability to get those half centuries and centuries. But if there's any time to do it, it's going to be now to try and rescue this game. So Pushpa Kumara, as you would expect, straight into the attack, just 13 overs in with a relatively new ball. Yeah, it's just interesting. Even with the new ball, they've gone straight to the spinners. And I think this, although we've maybe got out kind of quite poorly to the spinners have taken the majority of the wickets for Sri Lanka as we try and work the ball away there to mid-wicket, but fail to do so. And yeah, we still trail by 423. I can't believe this has happened so much in this game. We've always had our backs against the wall. We've never kind of been ahead in the game, and I think that's really affected our performances. So Sundakan's going to continue here. Obviously coming around the wicket. We've got a big space over here. Out onto the onside. And as long as we can time the ball well, we should get a boundary. But we haven't timed the ball very well that time. But so it will just be 2 that we pick up. And don't really want to score slowly. I think when I try and score maybe a bit too slowly, I actually probably end up causing more problems for myself. That ball's should be a wide. I was watching one of my favourite Cricket 19 YouTubers, Twisty3, or however you say it, and he was kind of suffering from an interesting thing that I was doing as well. If you watched the Pakistan game, you would have seen the spinners coming around the wicket and bowling kind of very leg side and kind of just getting punished so much. And I think there's actually maybe a glitch in the game where the spinner thinks he's bowling to a left-hander, which Twisty actually mentioned, which actually is probably a really good point. I didn't think of that. You don't really seem to think that the game's going to be glitching in that way. But yeah, I think the game maybe thinks that I am a left-handed batsman, and that's why it continues to bowl the ball, where you would expect a left-handed batsman kind of outside his off stump. Which made it, as a right-hander, it makes it very easy to bat against, because there's kind of not many fielders out deep on the leg side. But it looks like it's kind of fixed here. Sunderkin's been bowling a much better line after those couple of balls that were kind of a bit wide. And as we flick another one there through onto the onside just for 2 more. So there we go. That's the end of the day's play. And I'm going to leave the episode at that. So please do tune in for the next episode to see if we can do the unthinkable and chase down what is a ridiculous score. We still trail by 409 runs. So we've got lots of runs still to get. Myself and Down at the crease. We haven't been able to get a half century yet in this series. So hopefully we can do that. But thank you guys for watching this episode. Make sure you tune in to the next episode. See if we're able to chase down this huge total. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on another one.